When you receive your diploma today, you just made it into the major leagues. A different game. Everything is faster, the balls come faster, the hits are harder, the talent is more higher, and so there are things you need to qualify in the major leagues. And I'm just going to give you 5 of them, and then I'm going to take my seat. Number 1, you got to get off the block. You got to get off the block. Now when I talk about the block, I'm not talking about the block of Bedford Avenue or Nostrand Avenue. I'm talking about the block called America. America is not the globe. If you want to go across the waters to write music or to write a story or to be an architect, mathematical equations or your skill set does not change merely because you're not in Brooklyn. Those skills are still profound and they can be used in an international capacity. Don't embrace the anti-Christopher Columbus theory, believing if you leave Bed-Stuy, you're going to fall off the planet. That's not true. You got to get off the block. You are not competing, you're not competing with Park Slope, you're competing with Paris. You're not competing with Brownsville, you're competing with Budapest. You're competing with the globe. You got to be the best that the globe has to offer, not the best that Brooklyn has to offer. You got to get off the block. Number 2, no excuses. Nobody want to hear them. Nobody cares if you're black, you're white, you're male, you're female. No, nobody cares. When I was in China a couple of years ago, the head of the party told its people, he said, I don't care if you are a white cat or a black cat, you still got to catch the mouse. Plain and simple. People just want one question answered. Where's the mouse? Where's the mouse of technology? If you're going to deal with my technological issues, where's the mouse? Where's the mouse of dealing with health care and medical needs and finding cure of cancer? Where's the mouse? If you don't catch the mouse, you'll be permanently relegated to a position of cleaning the toilets of people who caught it. That's it. That's all people want to know. Number 3, you got to be prepared. And what do I mean by being prepared? As a state senator, I attend so many elaborate events. Assemblywoman Robinson would tell us. And when I go to events, I have some of the most intelligent, attractive ladies that you know in the city. And I'm not going to take you anywhere if you got a tattoo on your neck with 2 cherries saying lick me. It ain't happening. Everybody's not going to spend the whole night trying to read what you got on your neck. And some of you young ladies are going to own your own businesses, your own corporations. And you're going to go out and try to close multi-million-dollar deals. And you're going to sit down and you want your young male friend with you so that he can entertain your clients as you talk. Who are you going to take? He got Thug for Life wrote on his hand or all over his face. Come on. You can't do things if you want to be in a boardroom, but you're acting like you want to be in the boiler room. It can't happen. Where we are, we're where the big boys and big girls play. These are real deals. People watch you even if you use the wrong fork to eat your salad. The right way. How you walk, how you talk. Before they make the decision if they're going to turn over their $1 million in resources to you to handle, they want to see, can you handle your own body? This is how it is on this level. And you know, I know I'm losing some of you because I'm giving you solid food and some people don't have the digestive system to accept solid food. They still on baby food. They still on baby food. But that's all right. Because in order to succeed in a universe where the demand is so high and the resources are so limited, you must be prepared, not only academically, but you must have the maturity to move forward. If you don't think folks watch everything you do, if you don't think people look at how you move and how you act and how you perform, you need to sit in the circles of some of the golf courses and hear how they think we perform then because we don't know how to put a belt on our pants and pull them up and not showing our underwear. May have a level of discomfort associated with, but you know what? Y'all invited me. Y'all invited me. And I would rather give you something that can stick to you and you can understand it, so when you go out there, you're going to be prepared and don't believe life is rosy, because it's not rosy. There are going to be good days and there are going to be bad days. The only life that's a perpetual beautiful day in a dreamlike state is if you stay asleep. But if you wake up, you got to deal with all the realities that come with it. You got to deal with the rough waters, the storms, and the seas. And if you can't handle that, then fill your bathtub over water and buy a toy boat and splash around. But those of us who want to conquer the globe and explore the globe, we're ready for everything that takes place with it. Let me tell you what happened when I was studying for lieutenant. I was studying for lieutenant, the next bump up to become captain. Late at night, and I wasn't a good student. I was a solid D+ student. How I beat you is that I'm not going to beat you academically, I'm going to beat you with endurance. Never stop me. And while I was studying till 3 in the morning, finishing my studying, coming home from my study location, someone pulled up next to my car, because I was not very well liked from starting 100 Blacks in law enforcement. Pulled out an automatic weapon. Shut out the windows of my car after calling my name. I went home that night after they investigated the scene, got a little sleep. You know what I did the next day? I got up and studied. Because the exam was taking place in 2 weeks, ready or not. No one was going to say, let's hold off the exam because Eric is still traumatized. No one's going to say, well, let's give Eric a few extra credits merely because he went through a traumatic experience. No one cared. Are you ready to take the exam, Eric? Are you ready to be promoted to lieutenant? That was the only question that lingered before me when I sat down at the desk. I had to dig in deep and be prepared for what's to come. Because there is no solid days of everything is going to be great. That's not a reality. The reality is it's challenging. But the beauty on the other side of that challenge are the things that we can accomplish, because that's what we came from. We came from folks who had to go through difficult things to get us here, to sit in this room and just to be who we are and what we are. That's what it is. Next is your friends. You got to get yourself a Michelle or Barack Obama. You need someone that's going to move with you the way you want to move. There is nothing attractive about always being funny, even during serious times. Nothing. Don't only associate with people who only want to live the boundaries of the 4, 5, 6 and the D train. Get yourself a passport lover, someone that wants to fly and adore this entire globe. Someone that wants to see what this planet is all about. There's no black part of the globe or white part of the globe. The whole globe is yours. A couple of years ago, I went to Beirut on vacation, and people said, why do you go to Beirut? Because it's on the planet. Don't tell me I can only go to Alabama and Trinidad and Jamaica. I can go wherever I want. The planet is yours. Don't limit yourself to what other people say. And that cascades me over to baggage. Erykah Badu had a song about shopping bags lately, talking about carrying all this baggage around. Adults' baggage is not your baggage. Don't dislike Muslims just because adults dislike them. Don't dislike Jews because adults dislike them. Pick your own friends and learn the beauty of diversity. If you want to go into a synagogue and understand the culture of the Jewish community, go do it. If you want to interact with an Asian person, go do it. If all you know are people of color that come from your own community, you are robbing yourself of the beauty of diversity and culture. You got to be well-rounded. You got to be full in scope and vision. And if you're not well-rounded, then you're limited. You're not what you're supposed to be, and what you can be, and what you ought to be. Lastly, you got to volunteer. I was so proud of the young man who volunteered that I'm going to give him an additional $200 of what he received. person would tell you our days aren't 8 hours. We do 12 hours, 7 days a week. We interact with people every day who volunteer and just give back. Go to a senior citizen center and oil the feet of an elder. Cornrow their hair. Go run errands for them. Go back to this school and tutor some of the young people who are not academically sound as you are. Go to the public schools. You just had a moment of silence of a young man that lost his life. We got to end this senseless violence. Young people carving highways of death with 9mm bullets, killing your peer group. Wall by wall, murals being dedicated to someone else who died. Learning songs with lyrics about life and death. That's not your legacy. That's not what you want to leave. If you leave this school and your 4 years of college and all you know how to do between that time is to navigate the anatomy of the opposite sex, you lost your opportunity to turn the clothes. You lost it. Gotta be more than that. And the quality people you need to interact with gotta bring more to the table than just good sex. They gotta have the quality that you expect. That's the message of today. That's what it's about. And lastly, I want to just say, never give up. If you think someone who was told as a child they could never be a great orator, overcome that, ask Dr. King. If you think a young man who had been destructive throughout his entire life can't do something with his hands, ask Ben Carson, the neurologist that was able to separate the first Siamese twins that lived. But you don't have to go that far. It was only not so long ago that I sat in that chair and I couldn't believe that at 15, when I was arrested, mother walked into the 103rd precinct, the same precinct Sean Bell was killed in. And the cops laughed at her. She had a Bible in one hand and a cane in the other to navigate the steps. And they said, leave him, he would never be anything. He would never turn out to be anything. And I remember looking at her when I walked across the stage being promoted to captain in that same police department. She saw me go from breaking the law to enforcing the law, and now sitting in Albany writing the law. Don't give up on these kids. Don't give up on them. No matter what. I know they're sassy. I know they drive you crazy, but you know what? So were we. Long before they were poom poom shorts, you may not remember, but some of you were wearing hot pants.